Ryan Williams injured? Is it dangerous to not have this guy? Let's see what's new, but first I want to see your application if you love Bama. When it comes to Alabama, the health and performance of its key players are always topics that generate maximum attention. And Ryan Williams, without a shadow of a doubt, is one of those names that awakens hope and expectation in Bama's passionate fans. The star wide receiver, whose brilliant performances last season have been etched in the fans' memories, especially that spectacular touchdown against Georgia, now faces a delicate situation after suffering a minor injury at the end of spring training. The words of coach Kalen DeBoer bring relief, but also raise questions about the near future. DeBoer was emphatic in stating that Williams will be ready for summer training, and that is reassuring news for the program. However, the coach's caution cannot be ignored. The decision to rest Williams for part of the spring, keeping him away from activities that could aggravate his condition, reflects a careful and strategic approach. It shows that Alabama is aware of the value the young wideout represents to the team, both in terms of immediate impact and long-term development. Williams has everything to be one of the most important pieces of the Crimson Tide offense in 2025. His contribution last season was undeniable: 48 receptions, 865 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Impressive numbers, but they gain even more weight when we remember decisive moments, such as that incredible play against Georgia. A precise pass, a burst of speed, and a perfect read of the defense turned the play into a game-changer, not only for the game, but for Williams' confidence within Alabama's offensive system. He proved that he can be the player capable of changing the course of a game with a single play. But the injury, while described as minor, is a reminder that college football is a brutal sport where balancing performance and endurance is crucial. DeBoer made a big point when he mentioned that Williams is working on improving his strength and endurance. The coach acknowledges that the young wide receiver's body is still maturing, and this transitional phase is essential to ensuring he can handle the physical demands of a full season. This focus on physical development is not just about preventing injuries, but also about maximizing Williams' potential on the field. The absence of Jalen Milroe, now in the NFL, adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Milroe and Williams had begun to form promising chemistry, and his departure to the Seattle Seahawks means the wide receiver will need to adapt quickly to a new quarterback. Ty Simpson appears to be the favorite to take over the starting job, but the competition remains wide open with Austin Mack and Keelan Russell also in the running. This uncertainty at the top of the offense makes it all the more important to have a player like Williams, who can serve as an anchor for the new offensive system. Relying on one player always carries risks. If Ryan Williams isn't fully recovered or has a setback, Alabama could face significant challenges. The Crimson Tide offense is already in transition, and losing one of its key weapons would be a tough blow to overcome. That's why DeBoer's strategy of protecting Williams during the spring makes perfect sense. It's not just about taking care of a talented player, but also about ensuring he's in the best condition to lead the team at a critical time. Bama fans, known for their passion and expectation for excellence, will certainly be keeping an eye on Williams' progress in the coming months. The combination of his natural ability, his history of big moments, and the trust in him from Kalen DeBoer makes him an indispensable piece to the team's success in 2025. However, it's important to remember that football is a team sport, and the development of other players around Williams will be just as crucial. As we look forward to the start of summer training and the start of the upcoming season, it's clear that Ryan Williams has the potential to be a standout performer for Alabama once again. But his full recovery and performance will depend not only on his individual ability, but also on how well the program supports him and integrates him into the new offensive system. Bama fans can only hope that this minor injury is just a temporary bump in the road to another memorable season. Let's keep moving forward. Kalen DeBoer, in his recent statements, brought up a word that seems to be the cornerstone of Alabama football's current moment: continuity. This idea reflects not only the program's state of mind heading into the summer and next season, but also the philosophy that DeBoer has been implementing since his arrival at the Crimson Tide. Stability, both in the player group and on the coaching staff, is seen as a crucial differentiator in building a competitive and sustainable team. And from what the coach has revealed, this approach has been successful so far. DeBoer highlighted something impressive about the NCAA transfer portal period this spring. Alabama did not lose a single scholarship player. In a scenario where many programs face drastic changes due to portal movements, whether due to player choices or the need to strengthen specific positions, the retention of the entire core roster is a significant achievement. It shows that the players are committed to the project led by DeBoer and that the internal environment is healthy. "It's never perfect, but we feel like we're in a good place," the coach said, acknowledging that, although challenges still exist, there is a harmony within the group that serves as a solid foundation for the future. The idea of continuity goes beyond simply keeping players. For DeBoer, it is intrinsically linked to the team's chemistry and collective mentality. He mentioned that the players are getting back to work and focused on the right things, indicating that there is a sense of shared purpose among them. This connection, described by the coach as a brotherhood, begins with the coaching staff and extends to the different position groups. Each player seems to see his role within the team, even if it means contributing in different ways. This alignment is essential to creating a culture of excellence, especially in a program with Alabama's ambitions. However, continuity does not mean stagnation. The Crimson Tide has managed to strategically use the transfer portal, adding important pieces without losing the essence of the roster. Tight ends Brody Dalton and Jack Samarco are examples of this. Both bring complementary traits, Dalton with more experience and Samarco with long-term potential, and help fill a void left by the departure of C.J. Dippre and Robbie Utes to the NFL. For DeBoer, these additions reinforce the depth needed to compete at a high level, especially at a position as vital as tight end. The ability to balance youth and maturity is a hallmark of his careful roster management. But not everything is perfect, and DeBoer knows it. The issue of injuries continues to be a point of concern, especially when it comes to players who were not 100% available during the spring. Alex Asparahov, the rookie punter who is recovering from a knee injury, is a prime example. While DeBoer expressed optimism that Asparahov will return for fall camp, he acknowledged that the lack of rhythm and practices during the spring could put the youngster at a disadvantage in the competition for a starting spot. The transfer portal signing of Blake Dowd was a smart preemptive move, ensuring that Alabama has reliable options while waiting for Asparahov to fully return. This combination of strategic planning and concern for the well-being of the players reflects DeBoer's vision for the program. He understands that success isn't just about individual talent, but how each piece fits into the bigger picture. When he talks about the continuity that defines the team's current momentum, he's reinforcing the importance of maintaining a stable core, developing new talent, and ensuring that everyone is aligned with the program's goals. The stability provided by roster retention and the careful integration of new players creates a solid foundation for next season. Additionally, the emphasis on chemistry and collective commitment suggests that the team is building something bigger than just individual victories, it's forging an identity. Continuity will be the engine that drives the program toward its goals, and if all goes according to plan, the results on the field promise to reflect that collective effort. I look forward to hearing your thoughts.